What if the fastest way to manifest your dreams wasn't vision boards, affirmations, or loud declarations, but something quieter, simpler, yet infinitely more powerful? Throughout history, masters and sages discovered a hidden secret that could change reality almost instantly. They called it sacred silence. It's an invisible cocoon where your deepest desires incubate safely, shielded from external energies, judgments, and doubts. But what exactly makes silence so powerful, and how can you harness it? From ancient Egyptian temples to Eastern mystical traditions, silence has always been revered as an essential spiritual tool. Egyptian priests initiated new disciples in complete secrecy, teaching sacred truths only after periods of profound silence. In India, the practice known as Mauna spiritual silence was used to amplify internal vibrations, aligning practitioners deeply with their goals. Even modern esoteric teachings emphasize safeguarding intentions from negative energies through silence. Why? Because silence allows your desires to align purely and directly with the quantum field, undisturbed by external interference. Have you ever quietly wished for something without telling anyone, and then suddenly it appeared, almost as if by magic? A phone call at just the right time, a surprising opportunity, a life-changing encounter. These aren't mere coincidences. They are synchronicities, clear responses from the universe to your silent intentions. Silence creates a precise, energetic signal, letting reality mirror your inner world clearly. When you speak prematurely or seek external validation, this pure signal becomes distorted, making manifestation slower and less effective. There's a profound reason true masters rarely speak about their intentions too early. It's not fear or superstition, it's deep understanding of energy. Speaking too soon exposes your desires to the vibrations of others' skepticism, doubts, or negative thoughts. Each premature revelation creates subtle energetic leaks, weakening your intention's strength and clarity. By maintaining sacred silence, you cultivate your dreams safely and powerfully, allowing them to germinate and blossom at precisely the right moment. But what exactly happens energetically when we speak about our desires prematurely? Is it simply psychological, or is there something deeper, something truly energetic that blocks our manifestations? Science and ancient spirituality are converging, revealing surprising truths about how speaking too soon creates energetic interference. Stay with me, because the next insight you'll gain might instantly change how you approach manifestation forever. What really happens energetically when we speak too soon about our desires? The answer you're about to discover might just surprise you. It begins innocently. You're excited about a dream, a goal, a vision. You share it with a friend, maybe two. At first, it feels good. Talking about it gives you a rush of energy, almost like you've already achieved it. But then, something shifts. Motivation fades, doubt creeps in, momentum dissolves. This isn't just a coincidence. It's a neurological and energetic phenomenon that very few people understand. When you speak too soon, you're not just sharing, you're releasing a surge of dopamine that tricks your brain into believing the goal is already partially complete. The result is less drive, less focus, and a diluted signal sent out into the universe. Science has shown that when we talk about our goals, the brain responds as if we're experiencing progress even if we haven't taken a single step. That temporary high, it's dopamine. And while it feels empowering, it actually undermines your drive to act. You begin to feel satisfied too early, sabotaging the energy of pursuit. But beyond the brain, there's an energetic price to pay. Each time we speak of our desires prematurely, we scatter intention. We move from focused creation into diffuse expectation. The silent precision of our vibrational field becomes noisy, muddled, and weaker, less able to connect with the quantum matrix that responds to clear, unwavering intention. When you voice your dreams to others, you also expose them to the energetic frequencies of those around you. Not everyone listening is aligned with your vision. Some may doubt you, others might secretly envy or judge. And even well-meaning responses, "Are you sure that'll work?" or "That sounds hard," introduce subtle energetic resistance into your subconscious. Without realizing it, your mind absorbs their skepticism, and your internal belief system begins to wobble. The once clear intention is now entangled with external vibrations. Manifestation is no longer a smooth reflection. It becomes a war of conflicting energies inside your own field. Think of your dream like a flame. Every time you talk about it to someone who isn't energetically aligned, it's like opening a window on a windy night. The flame flickers, weakens, and risks going out. The law of energetic conservation tells us that the more contained the energy, the more powerful it becomes. This is why spiritual initiates, mystics, and even successful creators often say little until the work is done. They understand the importance of preserving the sacredness of the creative process. Every word you speak about your dream is energy released, and energy released too soon can no longer serve the construction of your future. But here's where it gets deeper. It's not just about motivation or willpower. The moment you overexpose your dreams, you alter the frequency of the thought itself. You shift from intention to explanation, from creation to justification. This change has quantum consequences. The vibrational signature of your dream weakens as it bends to external validation. The universe, which mirrors your internal frequency, no longer receives a steady signal, it receives a scattered one. And scattered energy cannot manifest with clarity. So the next time you're tempted to speak, pause. Ask yourself, is this sharing strengthening my dream or scattering its power? Because your answer might determine whether the universe hears a whisper or an echo. But this mystery goes even deeper into the realm of your very own mind. Because what if the reason you sabotage your dreams isn't even conscious? What if it was programmed into you long ago, without your permission? What if reality doesn't just respond to your thoughts, but is entirely shaped by them? What if the world outside is nothing more than a projection of a deeper field within you? This is the premise behind the groundbreaking work of Mexican neuropsychologist Jacobo Grinberg, whose controversial theory of the neuronal field suggests that consciousness and reality are inseparably intertwined. According to Grinberg, there exists a unified field of information, a sort of cosmic fabric that connects every mind, every thought, and every vibration. And the way you interact with this field silently determines the quality of your life experience. Before his mysterious disappearance in 1994, Grinberg proposed something revolutionary, that the brain doesn't create reality, it filters it. Like a radio tuning into specific frequencies, your mind extracts and interprets information from the larger field. In other words, you are not just a passive observer of reality, you are an active editor of it. This aligns deeply with ancient mystical teachings that claim the outer world is a mirror of the inner world. But what makes this theory so transformative is that it gives structure to what many spiritual traditions have felt intuitively for centuries. Silence preserves the purity of your signal, allowing your mind to shape reality with clarity, rather than distortion. When your intention is kept silent, it resonates more purely within your neuronal field. Why? Because no external feedback, judgment, or interference has disrupted its energetic blueprint. That silent desire is encoded directly into the field as a focused vibrational frequency. And since the field responds to frequency, noise, your silent, emotionally aligned thoughts gain unmatched power. They ripple across the unified matrix and return to you as synchronicities, opportunities, and experiences that match your inner state. Silent intention isn't passive, it's precise. It's the most refined form of conscious creation, and once understood, it becomes the foundation of spiritual manifestation. When you speak prematurely about your goals, you shift your focus outward. Instead of tuning into your internal signal, you begin adjusting to others' reactions, energies, and expectations. This breaks the delicate alignment between your inner frequency and the quantum field. Your mental radio goes slightly off tune. The neuronal field, once a clean channel for manifestation, becomes cluttered with static fear, doubt, social influence. The field doesn't judge, but it mirrors what's most consistently present. If the dominant vibration becomes one of seeking validation or fearing failure, that's what the field reflects back. Silence isn't just protection, it's precision. It preserves the clarity of your signal. Here's the ultimate revelation. It is not happening to you. It's happening through you. Your environment, your opportunities, your so-called luck, they are all reflections of the patterns pulsing through your own neuronal field. Grinberg believed that by changing the vibrational patterns within your mind, you can shift the structure of reality itself. And when your intentions are protected in sacred silence, they maintain their original strength, frequency, and integrity, allowing the field to respond with accuracy. So the next time you look around and see obstacles or synchronicities, ask yourself, what am I vibrating right now? Because the world you see is the world you're silently broadcasting. But if reality is shaped by the mind, what happens when that mind has been silently programmed since childhood to expect failure, fear, or rejection? The answer might shock you. Imagine waking up every day, making choices, chasing goals, falling into patterns, all the while unaware that most of it isn't truly you. Beneath your conscious thoughts, behind your intentions and desires, there's an invisible architect shaping your reality, your subconscious mind. And the most unsettling truth, you didn't program it. From the moment you were born, through words spoken to you, emotions you absorbed, and experiences you couldn't process, your subconscious was being written like a script. It became the silent guardian of your identity, and sometimes your greatest saboteur. The first 7 years of life are not ordinary. Neurologically, they're a unique state of brainwave activity, predominantly in theta, the same frequency as deep meditation and hypnosis. In this window, the subconscious is wide open. Every word you hear, every emotion around you, every repeated experience becomes a command imprinted into your inner system. Money is hard to earn. You're not good enough. Be careful what you wish for. These aren't just phrases, they become energetic blueprints that define your beliefs, behaviors, and emotional responses. And the worst part, most people never question these imprints. They grow up, set goals consciously, but live out fears subconsciously. This is why manifestation often feels like an uphill battle. You say you want abundance, but your subconscious still clings to the belief that you don't deserve it. You visualize love, but deep down, you're terrified of rejection. The subconscious doesn't respond to what you say, it responds to what you believe, especially the beliefs you don't even know you hold. This creates a vibrational dissonance, a conflict between what your conscious mind is asking for and what your energetic field is silently resisting. The universe, in turn, mirrors this chaos. That's why things feel stuck, delayed, or sabotaged. Not because manifestation isn't working, but because it's working perfectly, according to your dominant frequency. Every subconscious pattern is tied to an emotion. Fear, shame, guilt, abandonment. These emotions aren't random. They're stored in your body like energetic signatures, replaying in your life like loops. That's why you attract similar partners, fall into the same money traps, or repeat familiar disappointments. The subconscious is loyal to what it knows, even if it's painful. Until you bring awareness to these patterns, they keep operating in the dark, silently dictating your manifestations. Real change doesn't start with action, it starts with exposure. The moment you identify the emotional roots behind your limitations, you begin to loosen their grip. Only then can you reclaim authorship of your reality. But here's the empowering truth: if your subconscious was programmed once, it can be reprogrammed again. You are not doomed to repeat inherited scripts, you are the author now. But to rewrite, you must first see the old lines. This is the invitation of inner work, not to fix something broken, but to reconnect with the part of you that's been shaping your life in silence. Your subconscious isn't your enemy, it's your guardian. But a guardian left untrained can lead you astray. The key is not to fight it, but to befriend it, guide it, and re-educate it. Because the reality you long to live already exists in the field. Your mind just needs to become the version of you that can receive it. But what if you could hack this invisible system? What if you had the tools to rewire your subconscious and rewrite your entire reality from the inside out? So now that we understand the subconscious as the silent architect of our lives, the next question is, how do we change the blueprint? The answer lies in a forgotten formula: simple but extraordinarily powerful repetition, combined with visualization, empowered by emotion. These three pillars, when aligned, speak directly to the subconscious. They bypass logic, language, and doubt, and begin to install new codes into your vibrational field. You don't need to force the universe to comply, you only need to become the version of yourself who naturally attracts what you seek. Manifestation isn't about chasing, it's about retuning, and your subconscious is the dial. Repetition is the mother of programming. Just as your mind was once conditioned through repeated phrases and emotional experiences, it can be rewritten through new, conscious input. But this isn't about repeating empty affirmations like a robot. It's about choosing statements that are aligned, believable, and emotionally resonant. Saying "I am wealthy" won't help if your subconscious screams back "No, you're not." But saying "I am opening to abundance," one step at a time, slip past the resistance and begin the rewiring. Repetition creates grooves in the neuronal field, new energetic pathways that eventually become dominant, until the new belief no longer feels foreign. It feels true. The subconscious doesn't speak English. It speaks imagery and feeling. That's where visualization comes in, not as daydreaming, but as energetic rehearsal. When you visualize with clarity, you create a sensory experience that the subconscious interprets as real. And when this inner image is repeated, your mind begins to recalibrate its expectations. It starts to behave as if that future is already unfolding. Your choices shift, your posture changes, your energy becomes magnetic. But here's the key: visualization is most potent when combined with emotion. It's not enough to see your dream. You must feel it. This is where the real magic begins. Emotion is the language of the quantum field. It's also the currency of the subconscious. Without emotional charge, repetition and visualization remain flat. But when you infuse your affirmations and images with real feeling, gratitude, joy, certainty, you activate your energetic field in a way that vibrates far beyond thought. This is why simply thinking positive isn't enough. You must embody the state you wish to live in. Gratitude is especially powerful because it signals to the subconscious that the manifestation has already happened. When you feel grateful for something before it arrives, you create a vibrational paradox, one the universe rushes to resolve. Reprogramming the subconscious is not a one-time ritual. It's a lifestyle. It's about living as if the new story were already true. Each day, you reinforce the script through your focus, your feelings, and your self-talk. This is not fake it till you make it, it's feel it till you become it. The more you emotionally inhabit your new frequency, the faster your external world begins to reflect it. Why? Because the field doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to what you consistently broadcast. And when your inner signal becomes stable, the manifestations no longer require effort. They arrive like echoes of who you've already become. But once your mind is reprogrammed, something extraordinary begins to happen. You stop chasing life and life starts responding to you. Sometimes, in ways so precise, so unlikely, it feels almost magical. Have you ever thought about someone and they suddenly called you? Or walked into a room only to overhear the exact sentence that answered a question you were silently asking? These are not coincidences. They are synchronicities, moments when the inner world and the outer world collide in precise, meaningful ways. The Swiss psychologist Carl Jung defines synchronicity as a meaningful coincidence, events that seem unrelated, yet are intimately connected by meaning. What most don't realize is that synchronicity isn't random. It's a sign that you've entered alignment. When your internal vibration matches a particular frequency in the field, reality begins to reflect it back, not through force, but through flow. Most people try to force reality to bend to their will. They hustle, push, stress, and strategize. But manifestation doesn't operate through control, it thrives in co-creation. Once your subconscious is reprogrammed and your emotional frequency is calibrated, something beautiful happens. Life begins to organize around your vibration. The right people appear. Unexpected opportunities surface. The timing becomes uncanny. This is the essence of synchronicity, and it's the universe saying, you're tuned in. And it only happens when you stop micromanaging outcomes and start trusting the field. When you live in that space of trust, the quantum matrix does the heavy lifting for you. Let's look at real-life examples. A woman visualizes her dream home every night, feeling the walls, smelling the air, anchoring the emotion. She never tells anyone. One day, a friend casually mentions a place, no listing, no science, and it turns out to be the exact house. Or a man reprograms his subconscious to believe he's worthy of love, and suddenly begins meeting people who reflect that worth back to him. These aren't anomalies. They are the new normal when you live in energetic alignment. Synchronicities are not magical accidents, they're responses to the vibration chosen to sustain. Synchronicity is the universe's language of confirmation. But it doesn't always come as a direct answer. Sometimes it's a repeating number, a specific animal that crosses your path, a sentence in a book that stands out like it was meant for you. These symbols are messages, resonances from the field, affirming that you're on the path of alignment. But to recognize them, you must be present, fully here, not stuck in the past or anxious about the future. Synchronicity only lives in the now. The more mindful and emotionally attuned you are, the more clearly you'll hear the whispers of the universe guiding you forward. Here's the revelation: synchronicity is not the reward, it's the evidence. It shows that your vibration, your subconscious, and your desires are finally speaking the same language. And when they do, the universe responds instantly and organically. This is when manifestation becomes effortless. You stop chasing results, and results begin to chase you. The right call, the right word, the right moment. All of it arrives, not because you fought for it, but because you became the version of you who naturally lives in that timeline. And the more you trust this rhythm, the more synchronicities you'll see, until life itself becomes a conversation with the cosmos. But there's one final piece, one last frequency that activates this flow at its highest level. And it's not action. It's something far more powerful: letting go. Desire is powerful. It gives direction, vision, momentum. But when desire becomes desperate, it turns into resistance. The more you chase something from a place of need, the more you reinforce its absence. This is the paradox of manifestation. Wanting too much can actually push the thing away. Why? Because energetically, you are saying, I don't have this. And the universe mirrors not your words, but your frequency. True manifestation begins when you desire from a place of wholeness, not lack. You must want it, yes, but you must also be at peace if it never comes. That balance is where the magic lives. Every time you obsess over when, how, or whether your desire will manifest, you are applying pressure to the field. You're introducing noise, friction, and interference into what should be a clean transmission. This energetic tension is called resistance, and it's the invisible force that delays or distorts your manifestations. Resistance can look like doubt, overthinking, controlling behavior, or constant checking for results. These actions send a signal of mistrust to the universe. It's like planting a seed and digging it up every day to see if it's growing. The soil of manifestation doesn't respond to anxiety, it responds to surrender. Surrender is not giving up, it is giving over. It means placing your desire into the hands of the quantum field with full trust that the how and the when are not your job. Your job is to align, to feel, to act in inspired ways, and then release the outcome. This act of letting go activates the law of non-resistance. It tells the universe, I trust you. And the field responds by flowing effortlessly, bringing opportunities, people, and situations that align with your frequency. Surrender isn't passive. It's the most active form of trust, and it opens doors that effort alone cannot. Gratitude is the emotional signature of surrender. When you're truly grateful, you're not in lack, you're in abundance. You're signaling to your subconscious and to the universe that the desire has already been fulfilled on an energetic level. This is one of the fastest ways to dissolve resistance. Try this before sleeping. Feel gratitude for something you haven't yet received, not as a trick or a performance, but as a deep emotional truth. This confuses the subconscious in the best way. It begins to believe, and therefore act, as if the desire is real. And when your body, mind, and field align in this vibration, reality has no choice but to respond. When you release resistance and enter surrender, you step into what mystics and modern scientists alike call flow state. In this state, you don't chase life, life flows through you. You act when inspired, rest when needed, trust in timing, and receive with openness. This is the art of conscious creation. All the principles you've learned, silence, subconscious programming, emotional alignment, and synchronicity, lead to this moment, the realization that true power lies not in control, but in cooperation with the field, with the frequency, with your future self. Let go, not to lose your dream, but to finally allow it to reach you. Now that you understand the most powerful principles of manifestation, there's only one thing left to do: apply them. You've just uncovered some of the most powerful principles of manifestation truths that sages, mystics, and modern minds have guarded and practiced in silence for centuries. You now understand the power of sacred silence, the influence of your subconscious, the precision of emotional frequency, and the divine rhythm of synchronicity and surrender. But knowledge alone isn't enough. It's the application that turns insight into transformation. Your reality won't change because you watch this video. It will change the moment you live what you've learned. So ask yourself now, which principle am I willing to embody today? You don't need to do everything at once. Transformation begins with a single, conscious shift. Maybe it's choosing to stop speaking your dreams prematurely. Maybe it's rewriting one limiting belief. Or perhaps it's finally allowing yourself to trust the timing of the universe. Whatever it is, let it be real, let it be felt. Choose one principle, apply it consistently for the next 7 days, and observe how the field responds. You'll notice synchronicities, subtle shifts, energetic openings. That's not magic. That's alignment. What resonated most with you? Was there a specific insight or practice that felt like it was meant just for you? This is your space to share. The comments below are more than just a discussion. They're a field of collective energy. What you write could inspire, confirm, or awaken something in someone else. So take a breath, tune in, and leave a reflection, a question, or a moment of truth that came through you today. We're listening, and more importantly, the universe is listening too. If this video stirred something within you, if it gave you clarity, calm, or a deeper sense of purpose, then consider subscribing. This channel is a space for seekers, for souls ready to understand life beyond the surface. We dive into hidden truths, spiritual science, and the mysteries that connect us all. And trust me, what's coming next will go even deeper. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and let yourself be guided by synchronicity to the next revelation. Don't let this be just another video you watch and forget. Let it be a seed, water it with attention, nurture it with intention, and revisit it whenever you feel lost, anxious, or out of alignment. This journey isn't about becoming someone new, it's about remembering who you truly are, a conscious creator, deeply connected to a universe that's always been responding to you. If this video resonated with you, leave a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And before you go, choose one of the videos on the screen now. That might just be the next piece of your puzzle.